welcome to another My WIP Healing Art Therapy podcast. So this time we're gonna talk about mental health and managing our thoughts. So we have our two special guests over here, but this time our guests lain daripada lain, kita campur dengan mental health fighters and also professional untuk kita bincangkan, discuss pasal topik kita hari ini. So minta Dr Amiera sebelah saya kenalkan diri. Hai.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Amiera Shakina. So professionally I'm known as a doctor. Call me Dr Amiera. So I have experience in Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia KKM for the past 5 years and 3 years practicing as a medical officer in Department of Psychiatric and Mental Health. So I finished off my contracts and currently practicing as general practitioner in private setting in primary care mostly. So but I'm also pursuing my master by research in clinical psychiatry as well at this moment while working and having this strong passion related to psychiatric, mental illness, mental health and mental wellness in the community and also in primary care setting.
I see. Thank you so much for being part of this community engagement.
Thank you.
Okay, sebelah tu kita punya tak lain tak bukan orang kuat WIP.
Okay, my name is Haziq. I'm a SIP member and also a editor for this video too, for the entire or other episode too. And
dia lah orangnya guys.
And also I'm diagnosed with major depression disorder and borderline personality disorder.
So our mental health fighters lah. So this time we want to include our community engagement base through kita nak include kita punya community bersama dengan profesional untuk bincangkan the struggling issues which is managing our thoughts kan. Untuk kita sebagai mental health fighter something yang apa itu manage kan, thoughts tu apa kan. Before we gonna start with our topic for today, we'll discuss kita akan buat art therapy as well macam biasa kan. So hari ni biasa tengok edit video je kan, tapi kau kena buat art therapy kan. So hari ni evidence based kan, sambil bincang kan the topic hari ni. So today punya art therapy kita gonna do scribble art. So nanti our backup producer pada hari ini akan memberi kita punya artwork, memberikan peralatan and sambil tu kita akan berbincang lah tentang kita punya topik pada hari ini. Okay, so kita pun dah ada kita punya material dekat sini. Tanpa melengah-lengahkan masa, kita akan teruskan dengan perbincangan kita pada hari ini. Itu first question. Okay. Kita akan tujukan soalan kepada kita punya doktor pada hari ini. Apakah kesinambungan ataupun what's the link between thought, feelings, body, behavior and also action?
Okay, so all these things, right? Thoughts, feelings, body, I mean our physical state and also behavior or / action. So all these, how can I say it is integrated means it's a connection between mind, body and also the soul. Okay, so kalau biasanya orang Islam ke anyone yang biasa dengar macam like yalah physical, jasad, lepas tu roh and then our akal. Okay, so we are the only human yang ada akal, betul tak? I mean human only yang ada akal compared to plants ke animals kan. So we have this capability of doing things that benefit a lot to the society with having our minds and akal and everything. So before we understand like what are the links, we have to understand what are these thoughts, apa itu thoughts, apa itu behavior, apa itu emotions, apa itu physicals, right? So what are thoughts first? So thoughts is actually a sudden idea, an idea or the process of thinking. So everyone have that. Everyone have the capability of forming thoughts in our mind. So and the thoughts is very beautiful, that it's like another universe inside you. So like, it's like another universe outside there, you know, you can go beyond the galaxy that known and unknown, same as the thoughts. It's no boundaries, it's like can go infinite. It can be a beautiful thing and also it can be a problem things, right? When it doesn't know how to manage it well, it become a problem when you do not know the boundary is where, how to control it, okay? So that is thoughts. Then become about feelings. So before feelings, then become about body, physical, the sensation. So this is as the body, we call it as a structure, or like a medium, the thing that where all our thoughts and rules are being placed. So animal, plants, us have our structure, our own system, our own organs, everything.
And I believe those things that aside than human pun, the other living things pun have their orang punya own thought process as well.
Betul. They also have their own thoughts and they also have their own physical. So they are interrelated, right? The links between them. So understanding by this, having thoughts and also body, then we combine that make up us. But also with having these thoughts and also physical, when these things forming together and this thing having a sensation or something, then produce a feelings. Feelings like another state of emotions. So feelings, emotion can be anything: sad, happy, joy, excited, anxious, fear, love. All those comes from this mind and also these physical relations. So when all these three come together, then come our actions and also behavior. Following from the thoughts, from the physical, the structure that forming the thoughts, and also the emotion that arise from it, then only behavior follows. So understanding all these things, then you can actually know a lot of our thoughts, like our ancestors is actually the thoughts. You know, the thoughts from the beginning that follow the consequence of our action in daily life. Yeah.
So basically our thoughts ni like it's not solely from ours lah, maknanya from the ancestors, daripada zaman-zaman dulu as our ancestor lagi, we do have like apa ni macam the thought process of a different era like that lah. It has been abandoned. It has been abandoned, but we don't realize it.
Betul. So sometimes when we growing up, you know, our development, human development from our family, from our surrounding, community, from our school, teachers and friends, everything. So they also all contributing to our thoughts. The environmental factor, apart from the internal factor that forming from us. So our brains, you know, our neuron being connecting from our learning experiences throughout our life, all these interconnected, related and forming the thoughts. So and then it comes and produce all these actions and everything, emotions.
So overthinking tu dia bukan datang saja-saja lah. Selalu macam kau overthinking ni kan.
So we have capability of things. So why not? If you want to over it, go for it. But know the boundaries. Know the boundaries and also know how to put that into something beneficial for you and for others. Yeah, that's what our purpose of living, right? For ourselves, community and others as well.
Okay, interesting. Okay, thank you so much for that. Sebenarnya kita dah boleh buat case kan. Seorang lupa pula nak cakap tadi. Boleh ambil pen kan, sambil borak tu. Pilihlah pen yang mana. So saya akan start dengan colour hitam dululah. Tapi dalam masa yang sama saya akan saya akan interview kita punya ni. So scribble art, okay. Basically tadi macam apa yang cakap kan, basically the links between thought, feelings and body tu dia macam interconnected kan. So I want to show you guys like scribble, how like scribble art works is like this tau. Dia macam you let it flow.
Okay.
And kalau overthinking ke apa ke kan, so this is the scribble art like macam so dalam this line nampak tak? So kita nampak scribble kan. So everyone dia punya scribble thought tu dia akan tunjuk lah the thought patterns kan. So you can colour each of the scribbles ni with your own thought process ataupun your own current feelings or emotion yang you feel right now. Like in the daily, I mean kalau macam you, of course lah, even doctor pun you guys pun ada struggle, your own struggle, betul tak? So in a way maybe you can connect with like choose one colour that resemble with the emotion ataupun bukanlah emotion, the thoughts that you have been struggling to let go from this thing. So while we discussing about it, I let me know kalau macam it's too heavy for you to think, but sama-sama kita discuss pasal kita punya topik. That is the task for today lah. So you guys just do like random scribble and then do random colouring juga in which area that you guys want to do. Okay, faham eh? Faham eh? Okay. Seterusnya, soalan kedua adalah, okay, soalan kedua adalah explain how thought cycle and pattern works lah. But before we go to Dr Amiera, nak tanya Haziq lah. Kau struggle, you as a mental health fighter, you struggle with your own managing your thoughts and this vicious cycle pattern of ni kan. So what do you how if you can say like in one word, how do you say your thought pattern cycle works in one word? Is it chaotic? Is it ugly?
Dia sebenarnya semua ada. Dia chaotic ada, dia macam kosong ada. So ibarat macam kita jalan di jalan lah. Kita jalan and then so dia macam jalan and then surrounding kita tu penuh dengan macam contoh macam hutan and then ada tak ada kereta, tak ada apa, tak ada orang, macam rumah yang besar tapi kita rasa ada sesuatu yang berjalan sekali dengan kita. Tapi at the same time kita rasa macam adakah kita berseorangan ataupun ada orang bersama dengan kita.
So maknanya dalam kau punya thought process cycle tu is like kau rasa macam dalam kau punya pemikiran ataupun daripada kau punya brain tu kau tak seorang. Macam ada macam-macam benda kat dalam tu, macam-macam ada banyak bukanlah personality, macam more kepada banyak voices lah.
Voices, emosi, lebih kurang tu lah.
Betul. Thoughts also macam like kalau more to day mental ni like voices inside our head macam tu. Like you don't know how to silent it. Orang ingat macam you ada suara ke dengar psycho kan, but it's an inner voice tu yang lagi susah nak silent. I think many is struggling with it actually.
I think I quite resonate with Haziq punya metaphorically how he want to explain about his thought pattern cycle is where it's so unpredictable. Before I got to know that I am ADHD, I just thought like macam macam I overthinking it. I macam my mind is so restless yang macam even dah penat pun dia macam bila dia nak tidur dia still ada macam like 10 voices in the same time. And aside from that, like while talking to other people or doing something, my brain have this simultaneously current things lah going on in one shot. Like if I talk to you, I have like seven
ongoing.
Tu bila cakap tak sampai, tak masuk lagi bila lepas tidur kan. Bila tidur you should like shut off one by one kan, but then it's become a struggle when bila one brain shut down but you have another set of like 2-3 things yang macam datang pula. So what I do usually, I just like okay, berangan je lah, just go with it lah. Like so it's end up like macam okay, I create a scenario or like make them the thoughts to have a storyline conversation with them, like jadi dia macam mimpi yang bukan mimpi, faham tak?
The imagination.
Yeah,
Mental
imagination. Mental imagination. So macam before nak tidur tu berangan ajak kan, berangan apa nak buat, baru bertidur. So normal ke benda? Tak normal kan?
Again, the thought is your own universe.
Your own universe. So my own universe is chaotic. Dia chaotic lah kat dalam kan. So yeah, maybe you can explain a bit lah kot. How apa ni? How cycle and thought cycle and pattern works.
Okay, alright. So just now we already understand about the links, right? As we know all this link, everything now about the thought cycle. So when having this cycle that originates from our thoughts, then having also these feelings or emotions, and then produce certain behavior towards that, with together in the form of having body, the physical sensation. So all these like 4 cycles that I want to 3, 4. So maybe we can give examples lah kot, like senang kan. We want to give one thoughts that you have maybe now. What thought?
Buat thoughts lah. Macam bila nak makan.
Puasa kan? Yeah. So we nak makan puasa ni dah berapa jam and everything, right?
Okay, yes.
So I feel like okay, I'm hungry. So that's the thoughts coming. So the feeling, you might get anxious, betul tak? Or furious, hungry, or we call it, right?
Yeah,
Angry and hungry.
Yeah.
And then we have the physical sensation. So perut dah mulalah berbunyi, dah rasa mual, baring tangan dah keretak. So all these arrive from thoughts. Contoh, I'm very hungry, I don't want to do work and everything. And come now behavior. You will try to, behavior can be your coping or whatever you're doing now. You defend yourself if there's a stress, anything. Or sometimes you act in certain things that is good for you or bad for you, or sometimes affecting others as well and everything. So kalau yang tadi kita kata I'm hungry, and then we have this feeling of anger for example, and then we have this body sensation, tangan ketar-ketar lah, rasa nauseous lah, rasa peluh-peluh. And then we displace it, contohnya you are go back to work in a traffic jam. Mulalah you nak drive laju, nak sedia orang, horn here and there. So those examples how this orang kata pattern cycle. So sometimes we can have a different kind of helpful or unhelpful thoughts. It can be negative, it can be positive, it can be neutral too, right? So when we do not know how to control, orang kata macam the things become more negative, dia akan jadi
lah.
It will control you. So it will develop negative emotion, it will develop the negative illness only, and then it also leading to negative behavior, can affecting you and others as well. Yeah, so example lah for negative thought, unhelpful thought, maybe you have this mental filtering. You tend to filter all the positive out in your life, just focus on the negative one. Or sometimes you can catastrophizing it. Okay.
Catastrophizing ni in a different word what?
Different word macam,
example,
you macam membesarkan benda. Orang cakap, tak payahlah nak besar benda kecil kan, itu pergi besarkan macam tu. So you are reacting in very exaggerating. Macam tu. So you macam lapar lah yang hal ni tak masak lagi everything. So dah. So satu action come from the hungry side tu. Atau sometimes it's a thoughts yang macam very self-doubting, guilt ke, I am worthless, so therefore I'm not worth to live. I can die, I might as well just die. So it can be from that. So there's a lot of other thoughts, orang kata apa, negative thoughts, unhelpful thinking style.
Negative thoughts tu. So sebenarnya macam, yelah, thoughts ni dia macam train kan. Dia macam train yang macam tahu tak, Haziq kata tadi dia apa, highway lalang-lalang kan.
Lebih kurang itulah highway.
lalang-lalang.
And then kenapa satu highway je, datang highway lain.
Ada highway LDP ada, highway Max ada.
Drive on highway kat Malaysia lagi lah pening
kan. So tu kalau siapa yang drive tak betul tu, kalau masuk simpang dah kena return.
Tak tahu boleh nak cari balik top tadi dah tak jumpa lah.
Dah tak jumpa lah. Yes, betul. Okay, so imagine your thoughts ni macam highway guys. Okay? So jangan potong lane kalau nak bagi dia ni, bagi dia smoothkan traffic tu one by one.
Fokus orang kata kan.
But I think tu satu macam untuk yang special brain, yang neurodivergent brain lah specifically kan, the thought process is different than neurotypical brain, which is neurotypical brain dia punya executive function semua balance kan. So for neurodivergent brain, how can this actually we can understand our thought pattern punya cycle ni instead of like macam like me as ADHD, I know that it's normal for me to have 7 or 10 simultaneously punya ideas, thoughts or things kan. And sometimes I need to have like a balanced focus to engage or to do a certain task. So how can I know that we cannot manage 100%, but how can we manage it like macam
from my experiences in others and also from my own experience as well. So and then from other things that a lot of other people give ideas to me, teach me, guide me from the professional. You know, when having a neurodivergent brain ni, and their process actually are very creative. You know, they can human have this capability of critical thinking and also creative thinking. So we need both critical and also creative. So sometimes the more creative you are, the more interconnected your brain are. Maybe you're having a different highway from others and everything. You are thinking more of your life experiences or some other things in your mind to produce a lot of things. So that's why when you have so many ideas, that means your brain are connected. Most of the time tu you tengah tak buat apa-apa ataupun you are doing something, then suddenly the thoughts like, I cari idea ni lah nak pergi.
Tapi itulah dia jadi macam bila too much idea
then satu benda pun tak jalan.
Yes, exactly, overwhelmed kan.
Betul. So it's good. So I learn from this as well to actually put the idea down into something. Macam maybe nowadays digital kan, put in your iPad or in a paper, in your journal. The aim is to get clarity of your mind. Betul? So if you have a lot of ideas, remember yourself, okay, so these are ideas, go back to clarity of mind. So the moment you nak get clarity of mind, of course you need a vision and also your goals. Right? So but before you have bring the right to vision and goal, so like I said, thoughts is like another universe, another highway, there's like another journey of life out there. So you want to go through it. There's of course a lot of many obstacles and distractions. So to get there, you need to eliminate your distractions as much as you can. Know what you want, but also know that the values that leading to that wants. So put it in a paper ke kan, anything, your goals in life can be anything. It is you, okay? Because it's a individual. And at the same time, connect all this idea, put it in a paper and see what are things that can lead you to that goals. Whether this benefit or not benefit.
Like basically when we have this variety of thoughts kan, kalau biar je dia akan jadi semak lah kan. So we need to convert that energy into action.
And one more thing about neurodivergent is, you're diverse. So a lot of society try to come into your thoughts and pull you towards a certain sets of norms or belief or what supposed society, what current society is. But if it's your thought, it's you, it come from your own creative ways. You have just made a belief and embrace it. Because you are an individual in your journey. I'm also an individual in my own journey, and you yourself also an individual in your own journey. So a lot of things needs to be have clarity and knows what our visions is to achieve.
Alright, thank you. So kau macam Zik, kau punya pendapat berkenaan kau punya, macam mana kau manage kau punya thought pattern cycle?
Manage selalunya okay, saya akan mostly akan ni lah, maybe akan dengar lagu ke, ataupun melukis ke kat rumah kan, melukis, guna apa-apalah, digital ke physical artwork ke apa ke kan. And then dia kadang-kadang lukis tu kadang kebanyakannya lukisan yang abstrak lah, lukisan abstrak. And then lagi apa lah, menulis puisi. So dia lebih kepada puisi lah, tapi itulah puisi pun tak semua orang boleh baca puisi tu sebenarnya.
Berat sebab tak faham ke, berat sangat, berat
Dia terlalu berat untuk orang baca.
Because it's you, it's your thoughts, your own universe kan. Ada orang cannot relate, so maybe their comprehension level lain, ataupun their journey is totally way different from you kan. So even the poems and everything, you write from your own thoughts, your own vocabs, your own comprehension, interpretation. Kalau I baca mungkin interpret lain, mungkin K baca interpret lain.
Betul. Rasanya macam tu pun. Dia macam kita pernah converse before this, like communication, orang kata communication is the key kan. No guys, comprehension is the key.
Yes, comprehension is the key. Communicate apa-apa kita boleh dikit. I nak cakap dengan kucing boleh cakap, tapi I tak tahu lah I faham tak kucing cakap apa. Unless I comprehend the behaviour, the pattern in the cats or something.
Betul. And tu je kau punya
Aktiviti lain maybe ni lah, kalau macam terlalu banyak sangat thoughts tu, maybe keluar dekat
contoh thoughts apa yang kau macam struggle tak?
Okay, dia lah, ni baru lagi semalam. Okay, ni semalam punya thoughts. Dia lebih kepada kenapa aku hidup kat dunia ni, and then kenapa aku nak teruskan hidup, tapi dalam macam apa yang aku rasa tu, dia lebih kepada dia macam tak nak hidup, and then dia macam rasa life is meaningless lah, kurang macam tu. Tapi at the same time aku tolong orang. Kenapa aku tolong orang tapi
Kau tak boleh tolong diri sendiri?
Aku tak boleh tolong diri sendiri. So dia macam jawapan tu, aku tak ada, dia jawapan tu dah ada, tapi dia macam aku jenis yang suka ignorance. Aku ni bukanlah ignorance, aku ni suka kalau ada masalah aku ignore. So
You try to avoid it ke?
Dia macam dia tak nak
fikir lah.
Tak nak fikir,
Tak nak try to problem solve.
dia tak nak stress lah senang cerita.
Kena nak escape je lah.
Nak escape je.
I mean that's normal punya ni lah kan, especially for kalau macam at that level of struggle, I believe that's around your age, itu adalah you punya coping mechanism. Betul tak? Kan? Berapa umur kau sekarang? 27. So betul lah ni. Aku lah baca boleh. Rasa macam okay, ya betul. So umur 20-20an ni macam that's a apa orang kata, that's a phase where we have a phase untuk ni lah, untuk tak nak deal with it, because we want to focus with other things, and we let ourselves to be indulge in that self-destructive ataupun negative way of pattern juga, in a way that we think it's much more easier. It's much more easier, and I could say because of our lifestyle juga. lifestyle yang macam bila kita tengok social media contoh kan, bila kita tengok social media kita tengok orang punya life is much better than other people, or like orang ni ada tu, orang it's so hard for us to not like compare our life and set our meaning of life ni based on other people punya achievement. Betul tak? So yeah,
ingat algoritma lagi kan.
Yeah.
Semua orang tengok yang kita, thought kita yang datang tu habis algoritma sampai ke mana-mana.
sampai habis lah kan.
Saya rasa macam tu kita dah question dah. Why am I here?
Why am I here?
Am I useless? Why these people achieve this?
Yeah.
Why I'm not achieving anything?
Yeah. So bila dalam keadaan macam tu, doktor macam mana kita nak ni kan, apa macam dalam situation Zik ni dia
You have the thoughts kan, you dah rasa okay, worthless and to everything. So have you tried that create boundaries to that thoughts?
Maksudnya macam mana?
Macam that, okay, you dah start having create boundaries tu macam okay, you kata you worthless, macam tak nak hidup. So of course kalau diorang tak ada boundaries, they can actually act to that thoughts kan. Macam try to self-harm, contohnya try to actually find ways and everything, but instead you dah behaviour you akan escape from the certain situation tu. Betul tak? Correct me if I'm wrong. So actually dari situ you dah act on something, coping, but it's still a maladaptive coping. Macam escaping. You not actually come back to the problems and solving it, but you escape it. But eventually benda tu akan datang balik nanti. Betul tak? So because the root is not yet settled. So same lah like macam anxiety, feeling ke depression kan. So dah bagi ubat apa, dah stable sekejap, dah hilang stressor sekejap, okey lah,
datang balik.
but another stressor datang lagi yang mungkin different sikit dah tak boleh. So datang balik, relapse balik, depressed and everything, because we do not know the roots of us, and change a lot of our psychological way, and also social way. So it also affecting our biological, daily sleep, appetite, semua. So you nak cope to that, learn how to create boundaries first with the thoughts. Being mindful with your own thoughts, macam daily. If you have the thoughts, okay, I have this thought of mine, and then I feel this, contohnya anxious with this thought, stop it at that. Okay lah, anxious lah. So now how I'm going to problem solve. How you gonna do? So macam mana, some people can do pros and cons of certain things. People akan macam try to think what are the problems, the issue yang leading to that problem, so that we can solve one by one. It's not actually the aim to problem solve it fully at that point of time, but at least having the thought that this is a problem, acknowledging it and try to change one by one is actually already an effort. Because of the small thing you actually build up more to build your problem solving skills, coping. Because problem solving is hard work, a lot of executive function needed to put in that. So someone with neurodivergent, someone with depression, anxiety, their executive function dah impact. Dah ni. So you nak get back all your alpha wave moving, you're in the zone to do the certain things to, you have to put certain thoughts there and awareness, mindful.
Dia macam kena ada satu safe word. Bukanlah safe word, dia macam mana? Safe, bila kita berada dalam that cycle, apa you punya safe word ataupun apa you punya like happy place.
Betul, so safe space.
Safe space, yeah.
Apa kita punya comfort kan?
Things untuk nak redirect balik.
Betul.
Macam
So
tu lah.
create that space, maybe in your place or your homework ataupun your own people yang you rasa safe to be with, to everything. So then you know that okay, this is my space, so this is where I have to put my energy to go and solve it. Okay, talk to other people that you feel you trust, you're not nanny, or find certain things in your social media ke, atau macam self-help ke, reading ke, apa ke. I think I trust this book more. I feel like this is me. So maybe this I can relate to my problems, so I can help to solve it.
So kalau macam saya ni jenis yang tak suka bercerita dengan orang, walaupun saya trust dengan orang tu, Saya tak bercerita pun, saya pendam. Sebab saya dah biasa dengan memendamkan perasaan.
So, but you do writing sometimes or painting?
Sometimes lah, tapi kadang-kadang kalau macam
Kalau tak function macam
otak tu tak function memang tak ada lah. Tak ada buat lah.
Okay, so actually when you do that thing tu coping tu time tu kan. So you have to realise yang waktu otak you rasa tak function tu, apa yang tengah update you. Is it because a lot of work in your back, or is it a lot of people were holding your back, some emotion that is not letting go yet, and everything that holding you to do your things that leading to your maladaptive coping. Kata. So because
maladaptive tu in a simple term, what is it?
maladaptive tu macam coping yang tidak membawa benefit to you, instead harming others. Macam tu orang panggil maladaptive type lah. So people coping ni ada banyak cara, but when you do a coping that benefit you, contohnya macam let's say you sangat-sangat stress, you cope with writing, so go out put that problems tu, you do not just ada sini your own writing, whatever your space, sama macam buat hari ni lah, it's you, so you do your own write and everything, then you akan go back and reflect back on your words datang. So from there you akan realise, oh actually the root is here, problem dia dekat sini. So then baru you akan go untuk fikir how to solve that problem. Itu contoh lah. Or if you talk to people, then different lah kan macam. Or in music maybe, so when you dengar lah lagu sedih-sedih mana kan yang jiwa-jiwa tu, so you dengar lah lirik dia, fokus on the lirik. You be mindful during your listening to music tu. Then you can relate to the lyric more, then actually you can produce some space juga untuk elevate back your emotion, your sadness, your anxiety. At the same time, can maybe from the lyrics actually produce some other ideas that you want to go back to the problem and solve it. Who knows, maybe this time around you can try being more mindful. Because more people dia tak mindful during that tu, so you let that emotion start to control you. So that is when the behaviours or the maladaptive behaviours and coping come into picture.
Dia macam bila kita bincang benda ni, dia akan aware tau. Bila berada dalam situasi tu, dia macam, because we have formed that thought as part of us, as a habit already.
Nak break the habit tu tak senang.
Yes.
Oh, another thing is space also very important. You know, having a certain space. I don't know, maybe during that time is your space to actually already become a part of you yang negatif tu.
So betul.
Check on that also.
Because
the space.
our space tu sometimes bila dah, contoh kita selalu duduk dalam bilik, dan bilik tu adalah tempat yang biasa kita overthinking, kita
kat situlah tempat developnya initial
depression and so on. So bila you nak tukar that energy from dalam bilik tu kepada benda lain, you tak boleh lah, sebab all the things dah consume kat dalam tu. So in order for you to be different or have like different kind of set of mindset, mungkin kena keluar ataupun build new routine, so that the energy inside that bilik tu dia bertukar jadi benda lain.
Sometimes shift you know.
Furniture.
Tiba-tiba cat nak bilik baru ke apa, it's okay. It's okay. It's a coping. That is part of coping juga. Tiba you rasa macam ni, alah I nak pergi mengecat, ada dia cat kertas, nak pergi cat bilik. Do it. Why not? Betul. So it's actually a lot of things being put as being mindful to, so daily thoughts and daily life.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so tadi kita dah bincang pasal macam mana kita nak break our negative thought patterns tu kan. So mungkin some of us can like discuss a bit on how we can, what kind of activities that we can do untuk nak break that pattern. Like kan macam kita mention tadi, in order for us to create new energy in the environment tu, we need to build new routine, new habit kan. So what are the things that you rasa boleh help us to break the negative emotions, negative thoughts? Haziq ke? Haziq ada macam dia kan?
Activities more like okay lah, macam tadi keluar. So bila dia ada masalah, kalau I ada masalah ke apa ke, I akan keluar rumah, pergilah mana-mana yang ada matahari, sebab saya jenis yang introvert, extrovert. So macam keluar rumah, duduklah bawah cahaya matahari ke apa ke.
Fotosintesis.
Yes.
Tengah recharge tu.
Dia charge, bagi ada cahaya dekat badan.
Dengan harapan cahaya tu masuk dalam otak lah.
Tapi betul tu. Vitamin apa, matahari kan, natural vitamin kan, vitamin D kan.
Selalu orang kata kalau macam kalau duduk rumah tu dia macam charge guna kabel, tapi kalau dia keluar tu dia charge guna solar. Memang tadi kan,
renewable energy.
Renewable energy.
Tapi kadang-kadang ada juga macam main dengan kucing kat rumah. Kadang kucing pun karakter pun sama juga.
Macam dia ikut tuan lah.
Dia ikut tuan.
Dia ikut macam like, oh ni tuan ni boleh masuk lah geng. So
Dia pun imitate lah behaviour kau.
Kucing choose dia punya own tuan kan.
Dia macam, dia pula jenis yang senyap macam tuan dia juga. Jenis yang tak tahu nak buat apa.
Tidur je lah kan.
Tidur je lah. So bila nampak tuan dia keluar, dia pun macam nak,
ni lain ni kan. Betul-betul aku.
Jomlah kita jalan-jalan ke, tak pun minta makanan ke apa ke kan. Layan-layan lah dia kan, belai-belai dia. So dari situ dapat juga kasih sayang daripada kucing. Kalau tak dapat kasih sayang daripada manusia, dapat kucing.
Cats bonding, animal bonding, nature bonding, yang important. So actually is connection. Okay, so activities kan orang kata. So I would say this also again back to the concept of being mindful. That's why when you're doing this art, being mindful with this art. Also being mindful in the daily living and being mindful with our relationship. So our connection, our conscious relationship orang kata. So it's not always orang kata relationships ni between human kan, between love ke apa ke, but it's always everything around you. You're connected with strangers ke, nature, animals, insects, sometimes things. Okay, so you really build this conscious connection and bonding. Actually, it feed you. It feed you to feel more calm, serene, or feel more less ego. Orang kata kan, more empathy. You have the good ego function. Orang kata ego, psychological term.
So maknanya in like macam in this thought apa, as a human brain we have these multiple thoughts and things kan. So the thoughts tu adalah kalau kita lebih banyak negative thoughts, kita lebih build ego within ourselves lah, which is membuatkan kita make us the human less empathy to other people as well kan.
Kita negatif ni banyak, nanti benda tu slowly build ourselves sebenarnya. So the negative thought tu bila orang yang semua negatif, everything back to the negative thoughts macam ni yang macam critical or anything. Some of it good, some of it not.
Thoughts and ego. So bila kita ada, especially for people who struggle with mental health, when we build up too much of coping mechanism that is, I would say, coping mechanism that is not healthy for us, is it based come from your true self or is it based from your ego? Kan, betul tak? So that's where as a human being, it's really important to be mindful, because from being mindful it helps us to feel more grounded, and also it helps us to
build better connection with
society and also yourself. I think it's important in the process of everything. When you have a better connection with yourself, automatically with other people pun you will have a good connection as well, kan? So that's the whole point of doing this activity.
Having your own self-compassion is very important before you can actually build compassion with others. So,
And in fact macam bila kita ada negative thought, macam bila kita ada negative behaviour ke whatsoever kan, it is subconsciously coming from our relationship with ourselves actually. So we treat other people badly ataupun we treat people like horribly ke apa, people might see it like macam because like this certain behaviour coming from diorang punya character as like so egoistic or ignorant or arrogant, is because like too much confident within themselves. But actually no, I would say people who is treating other people badly, they are struggling. Yeah, they are struggling with their own punya inner self that make them to treat other people badly so that they can feel empowered atau they can feel better than other people.
Sometimes in sense of medical, sometimes it's easy macam you have injury, you jatuh botol accident, you luka kan, so you pergi jumpa doktor, then you luka everything. So those are physical injury, but nobody seeing the emotional and mental injury that certain people having, because it's inside there. So if you look at the same analogy, you jatuh sikit, you scratch your luka, same as the people who having some inflicted wound inside that do not
unhealed trauma,
unhealed injuries. So sometimes the term that we can use also, sometimes narcissistic injuries. So throughout their life, they build their own certain narcissistic traits. Not really a disorder, but having this thing that maybe led to them have less empathy, less compassion and all. So even if we struggle ourselves, and if we try to understand them, okay, they are also having certain journeys, and see whether this is actually only their defense mechanism or coping mechanism. So then we can understand that we can be gentle with ourselves.
Yeah. So in a way like we instead of we feel that orang ni buat jahat dekat aku because of I'm a weak person, or I'm easy to like I'm a weak person lah basically. Instead of looking at like that, instead of you blaming other people or blaming yourself, you just see that situation as something that something happened to him that to her, that they didn't process it properly, make them to behave a certain way, and don't try to not take it too hard lah, ataupun don't not inflicted by their behaviour into making it into our thought process ataupun into our
not absorb with that.
Yes.
You just like, okay, they are angry, maybe it's part of me, my mistake is that, okay, but stop at that. Don't go there like you say overthinking, you can don't follow more your thinking to say, and then lala back at you, actually I'm a worthless person. So because that's why they marah, that's why unlovable. I'm not using. You're not being mindful. That's why you dah pergi let your universe go around sailing, don't know where's the direction.
So macam kau mostly bila kau ada struggle macam tu Zik, do you know the trigger that make you go for that thoughts?
Trigger tu tahu ke tak, rasanya dia tahu je, cuma bila dia tahu tu dia tak tahu nak coping macam mana. Dia
tak tahu nak tackle.
Tak tahu nak tackle macam mana. So macam biarlah macam tu je lah.
Biar dia dekat situ je.
Biar je lah dia kat situ. Malah nak layan.
Bukan dah tu, malah nak layan. Biar situ. Tapi sometimes bila you dah pergi all that, so then you pergi overthinking balik that issue, lepas tu you akan benda tu fikir-fikir, lepas tu you akan salahkan diri. So I think most of that things happen in depression, you feel first worthless, no future and everything. You come back sometimes from a certain stressor yang mungkin benda tu silap orang lain pun, mungkin bukan sebab silap tu. But hopefully the next time that benda tu jadi, biarlah kat situ kosong sampai everyday, tak payah dah bawa sampai the next day ke apa ke. Because we in daily life, a lot of other things we want to think of as well.
Or maybe like macam try to usually another way how I do it when I got triggered something triggered within my thought process is how is this emotion help with my healing? What is this rumination thoughts, try to tell me, or what kind of unhealed trauma that I didn't process it properly that made me feel a certain way. So instead of just like let the thoughts just haunt you, like macam biar je, kali ni you acknowledge and question back lah. Where is this thoughts coming from? Where is these feelings coming from? Is this coming from my unhealed childhood trauma? Because I do read actually when as a child, when we grew up with a lot of trauma, it will manifest as we grow up as a anger, as a pain, as a resentment. Yeah. So that is why people who struggle with depression, usually they kita dah cope with it in a certain way that we forget the trauma completely, kan?
Bila tu just suppress. It's there, but actually your mind already subconscious suppress it, or repress it, but you're not healing it. As we adult, actually we have a choice. It's either you want to heal on it or react on it, heal in a good way, or you react and doing the same pattern all over again.
And I believe the reason why like most of people struggle like with diorang punya relationships, with diorang punya relationship with whoever lah, parents ke, family ke, partner ke, even for their children kan, it's because they don't aware with diorang punya thoughts and also unhealed trauma. Because they feel that apa benda yang dah lepas tu dah lepas lah, and it's not there yet kan.
We don't society is taboo to say.
We don't acknowledge video. We don't acknowledge the things that have ni kan. And of course we gaslight ourselves a lot whenever we have that kind of thoughts kan, macam alah, kau ni kenapa, apa benda lagi yang kau tak move on ni kan. Benda dah lama, benda boleh move on kan. Apa yang tak puas hati lagi. But
benda tu kan dah lama. But psychologically we understand a lot of how childhood supports human development, normal development, and also a lot of Erikson theory developments in our life. Like even children, a lot of science have proven the first 5 years is very critical for their development. Those are where the mind absorbs things the most, everything. So you don't have a good environment, good social interaction, good play, fun, that develop their brain. Those things also have developed their personality up until adult. So
itulah yang buat risau, macam sekarang budak-budak sekarang kan macam banyak spend time dengan phone kan,
gadget
kan. So whatever that they absorb from that gadget is like
and
it's scary guys, what they will turn out and become.
A lot of normal psychomotor skills of kids, social skills, then that's why there's a lot of ADHD and autism booming and developing children nowadays as well, because of they do not get the supposed to be the right interaction, social
and brain nutrition that they need.
Brain nutrition, true. Even our nutritional values are also depleting. Most of us, most in our environment are processed food. So those are things that have to relate.
So macam you doktor, apa you buat aktiviti yang you buat untuk manage, like step up?
Untuk break my unhelpful thoughts. So even a lot of doctors yang cakap, you doctor, psychiatric, you lah tu mental health, takkanlah you pun nak struggle mental health macam tu. But no, I mean everyone have their own. Manusia biasa. We have our mental. I have a brain here. Not like I don't have a brain robot. It's not I just treat you as a robot lah kan. So of course we also have our own mental health struggles, our own not really anti-mental illness, that I have a major depression or ADHD or bipolar, but there's a spectrum there. So the moment I know that I'm struggling with a lot of things, then I know that mental health is affected when my biological symptoms are affected. For example, sleep, so appetite, or daily life, kan? So I'm very much emphasizing on I go back to being mindful. Okay, so when I mindful tu maksudnya in my daily life I try to be as much as mindful so that I could solve things to more healthier coping mechanism.
Healthier coping
Contohnya mindful in my routines, let's say in eating, I might just eat alone. I just focus on the food tu, I eat it and everything. So I be mindful what I eating je. I tak let my thoughts go
Dia
anywhere.
macam bila tengah makan, rasa dia a bit masin.
Yes,
Rasa dia balance kan.
Whatever I can
Ada
eat.
teksture dia kan.
Teksture I cakap, yang ni food ni macam ingat pula pasta I makan kat situ. Mana lagi sedap yang ni. Lepas tu I teringat good memories there. I will just choose the good memory one. So I feel like, oh, okay, this is right. And then I dah lupa dah the problem that I have. Mostly maybe because I was in KKN before, a lot of things related to work lah, very stressful, you know, the work is never ending, and the time schedule, the routine, sometimes I lack of time, the jams and everything. So those are really taking a mental health toll on me actually. So I will start being mindful, okay, and then slowly also macam kalau tengah jam ke apa ke, I will just macam, okay, never mind, I just put on my music, just listening ke, singing alone and everything. Just to
Karut jam lah.
Karut jam, ya.
Karut jam.
Karut jam kalau tak sedap pun hantar.
Tak apa. Hanya yang dalam kereta saja kan.
Ya, tahu. The listening is only me.
Ya.
So those are certain activities that I do to manage my unhelpful thoughts lah, macam tu kan. It's easy to say, aduh traffic jam, that's why I lambat. That's why lah traffic jam ni lah, ni semua salah politician kan ya. Cepat je dah.
Cepat dah pergi generalize. Cepat lagi.
Maybe all, but the problem there's always multifactorial kan. So those outside external factor I tak boleh control. I tak boleh nak ambil kereta tu jauh tahu tepi supaya I boleh jalan.
Tak boleh call pun politician. Depends sekarang kan. Tak boleh yang teruk
So
ni.
what I can do is what? Back to myself. So I do things that reduce my stress. Those are little things that we actually that not realize that try to cope with our unhelpful thoughts.
Okay. Menarik. Alright. So tahu dah lepas ni nak buat apa sih?
Tahu.
Sama lah juga saya pun kan? Dan penonton di luar sana. Ingatlah kan, bila kita stres, ada full thoughts tu, cepat-cepat
Identify. The moment you identify,
lepas tu
then
tahu
recognize
dah
your
nak buat
feeling, then you can actually focus on problem solving and put it into your behavior still.
Yes. But I think one way kenapa I minta kita buat scribble art ni pun, it's because of when we have overthinking, in art therapy punya module, scribble art really helpful for you to converse ataupun tukar the energy into this into like, if you cannot write, if you cannot like comprehend certain word ke apa, you don't know what to write or you don't know how you feel, you do scribble arts and just subconsciously you colour along the way of the artwork that you do, and you can feel a different emotion, and of course the thought process tu akan be different lah after that. So ni adalah salah satu cara okay guys, untuk kita manage kita punya thoughts by doing art therapy, mindful art. So live streaming je. lively memang betul mindful sekarang. So okay, ready ke dah? Ni kita dah sampai last question dah ni.
Sebelum last question tu nak tanya
Nak tanya.
Okay.
Kalau kita nak menolong orang tu, bila kita menolong orang tu sentiasa apa orang kata, dia macam Dia cerita masalah kat kita.
Dia nak vent je, tak nak
Dia
solve.
nak apa?
Dia tak nak solve, dia nak vent je. Dia nak
Ventilate.
Dia nak vent. Lepas tu dia nak solve juga. Tapi kita macam bila kita dengar tu, kita macam nak tolong, tapi kita tak tahu macam nak tolong orang tu. Dia macam dia tak nak, dia agak sensitif sikit cerita ni. So
Maybe dia sambut seleta sikit ke apa ke.
dia nak mati, tapi dia tak nak bunuh diri. Dia kalau boleh memang dia kira macam dia tak nak hidup dah lah. Tapi dia tak ada macam orang kata
Talking about a friend
talking about a friend. Lepas tu dia macam apa? Yelah dia nak mati, tapi dia tak ada rasa macam tendency untuk ada suicidal ke self-harm ke, dia tak ada.
Dia tak act ni lah orang kata. Walaupun dia ada that feeling. Dia ada that thoughts, dia ada that feeling, but they don't develop the behaviour. Okay, alright.
Lepas tu kalau kita ni, macam mana kita nak macam nak meredakan keadaan dia ataupun nak distractkan dia orang punya thoughts tu lebih kepada positif.
Okay. So every time when you nak help people, first it's important for the people to cerita is that what actually they want, what's their concern where they need to visit. Diorang nak, macam I doktor pun aku tanya, you trying to get better or you just want to ventilate? Okay. Sometimes, most of the time, people, they don't want the problem solving pun. They don't want the advice from you, but they just want to be there to listen their problem. So, the moment that they want that, it's important for you to validate their struggle. See the struggle. Kita tengok apa yang you struggle tu. Maybe if you can relate to their experience, then you can relate to yourself. But it's not actually validate lah. Macam, maybe I tak go through you, tapi I tahu benda ni mesti susah kan. Macam dengar pun ni rasa macam berat. Yang dengar ni pun rasa berat. Sometimes those are validations. So when they need that, they will feel soothing because there are people that willing to listen to them. So the way they feel. But if they think they want life advice, so they really want to know that how can you help me? Macam tu, like this.
How can I stop feeling like that lah?
Okay, then you have to go that macam okay. Go ask him what's the root of your problem. Apa yang dia punya macam ni. So sekarang ni apa again concern dia. Kan? So tolong sikit-sikit macam sama-sama. Okay lah, aku macam tak pandai sangat lah ni. Tapi aku tahu tempat yang ni, kalau aku bawa kau pergi ke apa ke, mesti okey kan? Kalau kau nak distress ke apa ke, kau nak tak? Contohlah macam tu. Itu coping juga. Buat coping sama-sama. Until you do self-coping, you bring your friend along for coping. Kalau kita tak tahu lah macam mana ni, mungkin kita search pergi cari buku yang boleh tolong kita. Macam tu. Sometimes we cannot solve everyone's problem as well, but a little things that we do actually help them. You know they might be appreciated. We not aim for helping their own problems being solved at that point. So ask them again whether they really want to be give this someone to ventilate or dia memang nak life advice. And then always ask not just about dia punya tu, ask juga about things that make you happy juga during the conversation. Actually what makes you feel good lah kadang-kadang. I know that you have a suicide thoughts and everything, but what makes you happy? Okay. At least one thing. Every day must be ada something yang a little bit of happiness ke, ataupun you feel that this thing give me certain joy or something, certain activity, certain content, certain video ke. Right, betul. So I think today I laugh at certain reel on Instagram. So maybe you can talk about that a bit to brighten up again the mood, the topic and everything.
So kalau yang macam tadi nak tanya apa tu, apa yang dia rasa happy contoh dalam masa sehari kan, tapi kalau tak ada langsung,
so that is the, we can recognize that is her unhelpful thought. Dia tak ada langsung, dia akan go straight into mental filtering. Dia akan positif, list down the positive, dia focus on the negative. So you can try already, you already have this knowledge about unhelpful thoughts. you have this knowledge, then you guys feel like actually this is a thought. Okay, so this thought is what control your action and behavior. Mungkin you tak go act after behavior when you say that you suicidal, but you're not suicide. But having this feeling suicidal already put in the thoughts that is unhelpful, negative. It can be labeling, it can be mental filtering kan negative. So bila you cakap gagal-gagal dia cakap lah. So thoughts ni another universe. Okay. So how you nak ni, let's write it on the paper. Okay, ni your thoughts. Jom kita try cari words untuk positifkan dia. So instead of I'm feeling suicidal because of this, maybe change the suicide to I'm feeling something because of this. Satu step dulu. Then goes next step. I'm feeling this because of use more less criticizing words or negative words. The moment you nak try to change. Slowly sampai you rasa macam you pun sedap dengar baca, dia pun rasa sedap baca. So those are how you change track records or kata thought records. Okay, record your thoughts, benda semua, change the thoughts. So kalau in our doctor we do this cognitive behavior therapy lah kan, CBT. So these are the basic of it. Write your thoughts, change certain words of the thoughts. Sampailah dia akan jumpa mana problem dia tu, everything. And then tell this about all these maladaptive thoughts, the automatic thoughts, the cognitive distortion orang kata, mental filtering, jump to conclusion, catastrophizing, apa lagi, orang kata disqualifying the positive. Semua benda ni semua negative thoughts, unhelpful thoughts thinking.
So in a way macam kalau dia tak tahu apa yang buat dia boleh membantu rasa happy, mungkin apa yang tolong kau boleh share dekat dia jugalah. Contoh tengok movie ke kan, so from that movie korang boleh bincangkan apa kau rasa pasal that movie, apa you punya like key learning point kan.
Do something that she likes to do, and so you also I think sometimes you also don't like to do, but the aim is you're not helping him, so follow him.
Thank you. Wait, last question. So do you think by managing our thoughts we can heal our mental health issues?
Well, as a professional, of course, from my point of view, because we are dealing with our thoughts almost every day, right? So the more we feed our negative thoughts, our thoughts with negative things, be it from what people say, from social media, from things we read and everything, those are built up our own health. Okay, of course, if we put that in our mental, it develop mental illness or affecting your mental health. Maybe not until develop mental illness, but it's already affecting your mental health. So by understanding that this basic and fundamental basis of changing and doing this small habits of changing our thoughts every day, what we consume, what we choose for the words from people that matters it's actually building us, right, in our own journey and our own daily living. So
Macam build character lah juga kan.
Betul, actually build character. Kalau kita tak manage, kita let those negative thoughts consume us, then we become them.
Yeah, we become the problem.
We become the problem of what people need. So you are saying or anything that we feed to our mind, our environment, and also our social media, we read all those people comments without knowing the boundaries. So benda tu akan consume us. Because we notice that a lot of people nowadays tend to always have a thing to say in the social media, right? So everything will become an issue, despite when it's not even supposed to be an issue and everything. So it's already benda tu akan start become our habit lah. We keep doing being critical being too much overreacting and our emotion controlling us. So slowly it will lead to a certain mental illness without we actually realizing.
Betul. So, Zik, you rasa penting tak? Rasa macam kalau tak manage pun boleh je heal, makan ubat cukup.
Tak juga. Kalau contohlah, kalau orang yang jenis tak makan ubat tu kan, macam mana orang tu dia nak manage kan? So macam tak semestinya ubat, tapi bergantunglah kot pada orang tu. Kadang ubat tu membantu orang tu tanpa manage tu kan, apa-apa guna aktiviti yang dia nak buat.
Dari segi dia buat selain daripada ubat lah kan, psychology way or social intervention macam tu.
Dia 50-50 lah, kena balance orang kata. Aktiviti, fizikal, mental and ubat juga pun. Kalau dia ubat, makanlah. Kalau tak makan, maybe boleh buat apa-apa yang berkaitan dengan fizikal ataupun mental kan.
Yeah. Do you macam you personally, you rasa macam penting ke neurodivergent untuk makan ubat?
Okay. Well, us doctors, we always rely on evidence base. Yeah, so and every person comes, there's always a biological issue, psychological issue, social issue, and spiritual issue that they come in towards us. So it's very, and the medication helps. Evidence-based start does help in the biological part. So we have our own body and system, we have our own nervous system, we have all our neurons, neurotransmitter, the chemical imbalance in the brain. Those what medications are helping. So 1/4 of it, 1/3 of it is helping. Does some people, but some people cannot because of the side effects, because of other things. But yet to fully help recover, you also need a psychological intervention and social intervention. That's why when we list all the problems, then we can know better what to tackle actually when it comes to mental health. But there's also an exception. Contohnya kalau penyakit macam schizophrenia ke bipolar yang memang genetically proven, benda tu memang dah proven, memang you need certain like lifelong medication to help. Especially the type 1 bipolar yang memang if manic tu yang uncontrollable, dia dah affect dia punya executive function, dia dah impact dia punya thinking, judgment, insight semua. So dia memang need the medication to stabilize. That's the severe. Dia ada spectrum now. When you see all this mental illness, mental health ni ada spectrum. And now also we are moving towards mental wellness more rather than too much focus on mental illness and mental health.
Yeah, and adding from that, how do you think like the sentiment within the professional people about mental health, really about mental health? Sebab there are doctors that feels that nowadays kids tengok TikTok, tengok all the Google claim they are already like that already. So there are example of
ada yang professional certain stigma, and dogma kan. So that is their unhelpful thoughts lah. So why you want to take that into our action? It's you punya perspective. No, I'm the one who raising this kid. Why you not put implant on that knee? You may have that certain thoughts. You have thoughts, you have mind. So be it. But so now it's our choice whether you not take that into your life or you not taking that. You can take certain director. Maybe there are certain director. Kalau you are a scientist, kalau you are a doctor, betul-betul professional, if you have that thoughts, you will try to problem solve it. You do a research on that. You nak prove that your thoughts is right. You do the right research. Criticize, find all the journals, evidence base, whether betul tak ada tak study yang buat betul yang ni. Kalau ada study, then you take lah the criticizing point tu. But see again the pattern of the thoughts juga lah. Whether you are jumping straight to the conclusion or not.
And currently, how do you feel Malaysia punya mental health conversation and
awareness and
awareness and progress lah sebenarnya.
Okay, maybe back then it's not a thing to talk about this mental health because there's a lot of taboo around kan, and there's a lot of stigmatizing. So if you're talking about psychiatry, you're talking about this mental health issue, it's always jump back into the you aren't supposed to be in the society. And that is only certain illness like schizophrenia ke apa. Even that also it backs that some of evidence based that leading to the schizophrenia also back again the root is the society problem. One of it lah, not just biological. So to me the current Malaysia, a lot of people have a lot of awareness nowadays, but they are also having awareness but not knowing where to seek help. Betul. And the platform is not widely available or readily available as well. So the only thing that we know is seek help or this mental issue is only maybe go to the hospital and meet psychiatry or suicidal, go to emergency department and jumpa psychiatrist. But the sustainability towards that tu tak ada. And then
the healing initiative tu tak ada.
Healing tu tak ada sangat. It's just like okay, then of course in the hospital tertiary care, the hospital setting, a lot of limitation there because time limit because of the quantity of patients. They want to focus on other things, so they will treat your symptoms and go touch and go thing. But when it comes to psychiatry, there are a lot of other things that have to be helped around everything. So some people, if they are privileged, they can go for private psychiatry and all. But there also a lot of things that actually can manage at psychological level. The psychological intervention, the counselor level, the stress management, the coping skills, the defense mechanisms, or everything. Even at the counselor level can help already. Like family therapy, interpersonal therapy, semua tu. Even general guidance towards where you go, you want to be direction in life. The counselor level is actually good.
So instead like macam doktor see a patient and terus bagi ubat, to properly analyse the situation and suggest
other
option and just like okay itu memang kau ubat dah nanti lagi 3 minggu jumpa saya balik.
Kan, tapi 2-3 minggu sudah sama.
Okay, apa ni okay, alright. Okay, saya naikkan dosage.
Okay lah, naik dah sikit tengok. Mungkin 1 bulan jumpa lewat sikit lah.
3 bulan kemudian.
3 bulan kemudian. Problem itu dah settle tu. Okay. Tapi ada problem lain pula.
Okay. Saya tukar ubat.
Saya tukar ubat. So it's never ending kan? So for the root problem kita tak tahu. Ada thing. So a lot of things that we also slowly moving towards more holistic care. Actually we need a lot of communication with other or professional experts as well. We work together with the psychologists, counsellor, social worker and
do Malaysia have social worker?
Well, Malaysia does have.
Do have? Okay. I don't know that.
We do have in the hospital care. We do have in primary care as well, but it's not fully established, I would say, and it's not
fully utilized.
Not like like first world nation, like most of the problems social worker will solve. A lot of things will jump back into the psychiatry because if you go to the hospital ni neglect case family tak ada abandon prefer psychiatry. Psychiatry it's actually a social worker job.
So secretary sekarang macam kalau kat Malaysia secretary itulah social worker.
Sometimes we all have to attend first. So that we do the referring to the social worker.
I see.
Because social worker sometimes in the hospital also very lack of it. Only 1 or 2 social worker. So one in every department. If like psychiatry one, medical one, everything. So even that, because of that also we don't always expose much about the social worker job already. But actually social worker job is very crucial now because a lot of our issue are rise from the social issue, the environment, the education and all.
So kita dah berada di penghujung sesi kita. Adakah kita ready untuk nak interpret artwork kita ni?
Tidak belum. Siapkan jugalah ni.
Tengah siapkan. Yeah, but tadi lastly is about ni kan, is about mental health, sentiment kan, what you feel about mental health sentiment. And yeah, I believe now punya mental health sentiment memang macam you cakap tadi lah, dah banyak awareness. It's just how we can navigate lah kan, navigate the sentiment into wellness pula. Into wellness, instead of just talking about it, we talk about how can we
Prevent, maintain,
sustain, healing from the situation, kan? So macam kau Zik, kau lebih selesa nak cakap tentang mental health sekarang?
Bagi aku, saya lebih sekarang ni nak cakap selesa tu depends juga lah, bergantung sebenarnya kepada mana yang saya nak meluahkan tu, tergantung juga. Macam contoh kalau masuk dalam video ni pun kita kena bagi tahu apa masalah kita kadang kan. So, macam hari tu kadang kau buat space kat Twitter apa semua, aku boleh sebab aku dah tahu kau punya perangai tu macam mana. And then kalau mana-mana organisasi, tak apa, macam hari tu pergi camping kan, empati. So macam boleh juga nak keluarkan ke, nak open up apa-apa pun boleh. Dengan noble daughter pun okey juga. Dia depends jugalah pada organisation tu juga.
Kesesaan korang finding the right organisation that you can find support lah kan.
So kalau perubahan tu adalah banyak perubahan. Dia sebenarnya kalau kita tak follow mana-mana organisation mental health ke apa ke, awareness, kita takkan tahu dia punya perjalanan journey orang tu untuk
macam mana.
Selagi kita tak follow diorang, selagi tu kita tak nampak pun sebenarnya diorang ni ada buat ketak aktiviti ke apa ke. So at least bila kita dah follow diorang macam ada rupanya inisiatif kan, macam tu lah.
So as a mental health fighters, we need to find our way jugalah, find our tribe, find the right support group lah for us to manage ourselves juga. We are now coming to the end of our artwork interpretation, right? So since we have my mind also tengah work in progress, so Zik tengah show off dia punya tengah siap tu. Okay, so apa perasaan bila buat, cuba cerita sikit nama. Okay, nama artwork tu, nama artwork and also the colours that you choose, and while you are doing the artwork kan, what kind of thoughts that are coming out based on the artwork.
So artwork, nama artwork dia lebih tak tahu lah. Okay lah, name of the artwork is apa nama. Okay lah, kita berbual huruf L je. Kenapa huruf L? Tak tahu kenapa. Mungkin teringat kat orang yang di rumah tu. Lagi satu warna yang dipilih, banyak sangat choice yang ada kan, sebab letak kat dalam bekas tu kan. So kita pilih je apa yang ada. So macam-macam, ada biru gelap, ada biru cair, ada hijau bercampur dengan biru. Tak tahu benda nama spesifik dia kan. Turquoise kot, turquoise. Kuning, merah gelap ada, pink, light pink, dark pink, warna hitam. So sebenarnya masa buat tu tak adalah macam terlalu macam nak buat something yang ada meaning kan behind it. So macam macam selalu pernah berpesan dulu. Pernah berpesan. Bila buat sesuatu awal, kalau nak meluahkan ke apa ke, jangan overthinking.
Betul.
Kita follow je flow kan. Ikut je apa yang tangan tu nak buat, kita ikut je.
Ikut instingnya.
Yes. So macam
apa kau rasa bila kau tengok artwork tu?
bila tengok daripada monitor yang kat sebelah ni, nampak cantik lah. Kalau nampak dari dekat ni, tak. Bukanlah tak.
Jangan cakap ada monitor kat sebelah tu, betul ya. Cover lah sikit. Tapi cuba aku rasa kalau kau landscape kan, cuba kau landscape kan. Kau landscape kan.
Tapi landscape dia nampak macam ada
kau akan nampak shape tau. Nampak macam
aku nampak rupa dah.
kan?
Apa anjing.
Rupa, yes. Aku nak cakap benda sama. Nampak bentuk anjing sebenarnya kan. Betul.
Nampak rupa anjing.
Anjing.
I cannot see anjing, I see
Dia
tapi
dia sini ada mata dua, so hidung sebesar alam.
Oh, okay.
on that
Macam biru ni macam dia punya telinga.
right.
So bila buat tu macam follow je lah kan. Sebab bila kalau purple dia macam sekarang ni macam dah dia punya orang kata colour favourite.
Uish, ada favourite
Dia dah dulu hitam, dia dah bertukar jadi warna purple.
dah terang sikit lah.
Dia dah terang dah kan. Tapi kalau dalam emotional wheel of colour tu, dia tak warna purple tu tak silap sedih kan. Apa tak. Tapi dia negatif punya negative emotion lah. Tapi bagi saya dia positif. Dia colour yang mencerahkan keadaan adalah positif. Tapi kalau kan apa-apa colour tu positif je sebenarnya.
Depends kat orang tu punya.
Depends pada orang tu punya perspektif. Dan perspektif lah sebenarnya.
So kalau bagi kau purple signifikan kepada apa?
Purple signifikan kepada kepada apa ni? Tahu lah. Awan kot maybe. Awan langit langit yang siang hari lah. Kalau malam ni tak nampak apa dah.
Masa ni lah. Langit masa subuh-subuh tu ke?
Subuh dia siang-siang, pagi tu
Dua
lah.
hour.
Tak tahulah nama ni.
Okay. Menarik.
Dia lagi apa nak explain. Dia kalau jenis-jenis warna yang dipilih ni sebenarnya kita ikut suka kita. And then tapi masa nak cerita tadi masa buat tu kan, portrait. So bila buat tu, kita tengok kan, nampak dia macam rupa bentuk binatang. Kita macam kita ikut je lah kan. Follow the flow. And then bila dah siap, so terbalikkan pula kan, dia nampak anjing.
So subconsciously kau sekarang ni tengah teringat pasal anjing ke kan? Ada? Kau tengok video anjing ke before this?
Tengok video anjing ada lah kot dalam seminggu ni kan. Sebab anjing tu anjing apa lah, Shiba Inu. So bila Shiba Inu tu dia macam comel je kan, walaupun tak boleh nak beli, so kita mampu tengok
lah kan. Anjing comel tu.
Anjing comel.
They are my best friend.
Yes.
Tapi nak macam mana ada kucing dekat rumah.
Macam gaduh ke?
Kucing pula yang jenis apa orang kata, yang oyen tu.
Yang tak boleh tidur diam.
Tak boleh tidur
Yang
diam.
gangster tu.
Gangster tu kan. Tapi pendiam macam tuan dia tu pelik tu.
So
Kucing diam dah sebenarnya, tapi dalam kepala dia
macam tu aje lah. Nampak diam tu kan. Diam dia kepala tu.
Dalam kepala tu tak benda dah. Itu yang badan dia, perangai badan tu tak boleh tidur diam.
Betul.
So itu je lah kot. Tak ada apa sangat dah sebenarnya.
Dah tahu nama apa? L?
Nama dia L.
L for
Huruf L.
L. So kalau ada anjing nama dia L lah.
Dia sebenarnya L tu dia nama someone tu lah. Adalah tadi kan.
Conversation.
Conversation tadi kan. Sejam.
It's related lah.
Related lah juga sikit-sikit kan.
Okay. So sekejap, aku tanya last sekali. Macam bila kau buat benda ni, what kind of thoughts yang keluar, and macam do you aware bila kau buat benda tu, macam there are thoughts yang actually kau boleh sit on it instead of kau running away from it?
Dia lebih kepada, tak tahu lah, dia macam tengah-tengah sebenarnya. Adalah maksudnya kalau macam aku buat, saya ada contoh macam sekarang melukis scribble kan. So thoughts yang aku terfikir tadi tu adalah dia macam keluar-keluar sikit-sikit kan. Then so next time maybe aku boleh improve juga bila aku buat kat luar nanti aku nak menulis ke apa ke kan. Maybe boleh apa nama ni, otak dia bila laju mulut telur.
Tak betul. Take time, it's okay. So bila dia keluar tu, maknanya bila kau dah keluar, bila kau buat benda tu, dia jadi macam dia laju yang berhala. Dia macam ada, there's a way for you to redirect back the thoughts, betul tak? And along the way like macam dia macam tak ada laju sangat sampai kau tak nampak. Yang macam kau buat kau overwhelm, betul tak? So it's just one word of the thought yang kau rasa bila before kau buat and after kau buat, apa kau rasa?
Before senang je. Punya one word dia adalah empty. Sebab kertas dia kosong, mana putih kan. So empty kan. So selepas buat tu dia colourful.
So you can see that before this, if you see that life is such an empty space, now you do it now, it feels like life have just instead of looking at it as empty cup, you can fill it with water or with the things that you can fill up with variety of colours, and that's how you can redirect your thoughts juga. Betul. Instead of looking at like life is such an empty, doesn't worth living kan. And you can memang kau tak boleh elak pun thoughts yang macam tu, tapi kau still boleh redirect that thoughts into make it colourful. Betul tak? Okay. Thank you. So L for Lolo.
L for
Lolo Shiba Ibu.
L for love.
L for love. Yes. From empty to love.
From worthless to worth love.
Betul. Oh. Excited lah producer kita. Okay, alright. Thank you Zik. Okay, next kita punya Dr Amiera.
Okay, sorry if it's
Jangan sorry. Ini you punya art.
That's my also negative thoughts.
Yeah.
But well, this is it. Very neurodivergent kind of thing.
Nampak.
Someone asked to scribble the name, but I've never follow those ideas.
Yeah. Can see. Alright. So the colour you choose and the shades and
How to name it like. As I came to this as well, so for extension actually want to came out from my own inferiority complex. So this is it. It's I call it some inferiority complex journey. So as you see, some colors a bit more dark here, and the stroke of my writing a bit more messier. So getting a bit rough, patch of life. But of course in the picture there are some little happiness, enjoyment and everything. And as I go further, I feel more, brighter, everything. That's when I find my own purpose. I find own living thoughts and have more clearer vision what I want to do in life, and actually to come up a bit more so that I could not just benefit myself but actually benefit back again to the society in my own way, in my own journey, in my own individual. So this is what I thought when I in my mind prior coming here, and also when I decided why not incorporated for your own uniqueness, your own something, and also this therapy, because it's in a way this is mindful therapy, right? Part of the scribbles, So about the colours, something I like it dark, but actually I'm more of a vibrant girl. I like to choose more colourful, so this is more me actually. I feel this because I feel happier with these colours, although people say purple is some sad emotion and everything, but when its combination is right, it becomes something joyful. And even in the dark also, there's some beauty in the being dark or being melancholic, people say it means sad. Just that if you know how to embrace it right.
You can channel it right juga.
If you know you don't have to channel it right, just it's an emotion, so you're human. Of course you have right to feel sad, you have right to feel angry, you have right to feel serabut and everything, as the thoughts get messier anyway. But know how to channel it, and embrace every moment of it.
What do you feel when you do all the different kind of shades? Do you have a different perspective?
Throughout when during talk, and some when the conversation feels so intense and relatable, it's like this, doing this, I feel more. The intense is there. So I know that my emotions are more intense in that time. So as you feel more, this also, the conversation is more relatable and everything. So it's mostly doing this. Those are the thoughts that come. So just that I know, I realize it, but I'm not really angry anymore. Some days I feel numb already. I just career or just do some random
relationships. Okay. Can see. Well, how I can see it's from here, like macam the different. This is how the brain works. Sometimes it look calm, sometimes it look chaotic, sometimes it look messy and chaotic. And if you can see all the chaotic part, it's how, like you said, the way you channel it, or the way how we manage it, is how actually we as a human, we cannot avoid of having these messy thoughts, kan? And it's on us juga, for us how we can manage our messy thoughts and don't inflict that kind of thoughts to other people, kan?
Actually, there's one tip that I always give to my experience, to my patient, everything, especially when they hook up to certain thoughts. When they notice certain lines or certain words, certain thoughts, so keep the same pattern, keep coming in, everything. Ask them, okay, go and take a piece of paper, write that thought big in the paper, and scribble around it. Do everything from there. Do. And then you don't throw that away, you keep that somewhere in your place. And whenever the thoughts come again, you take that thought back, you scribble again. You scribble until that you're more relaxed, you keep it again. And then you then come back and scribble until you realize that your whole life, that the thought is slowly coming away, and they feel like it's like, what am I doing? You realize that this is what we call the technique called hooking and unhooking. So the moment the thought is hooked to you, you take that thoughts, you hook together with it, and then you unhook back again. You're hooking and you're unhooking, and you're hooking and you're unhooking, and keep the pattern until you realize that, okay, this is something, maybe this is me, decide to embrace it, so how I'm going to do this, solve it, everything, come to the thoughts to that.
Agree. I think sama juga kot macam Haziq punya part kan. Sometimes like especially as a guy, you guys don't
really,
especially you guys don't define the emotion or the feeling that you guys having, right? Like most of it like apa benda ni, cepatan, malas layan kan, malas proses kan. Nanti to the point macam benda tu dah tak boleh lari kan, and to the point yang macam it's too heavy and you able to converse it into an action. It's either it's either do activity yang macam cakap tadi kan, ataupun even through colours through pemilihan lagu, through pemilihan bacaan whatsoever. So knowing you before you are doing art therapy, and say you are prone to choose black and white black and white colours only. Now we can see the improvement, guys.
Maybe you should write all your journeys of
yes,
like
healing journey of the how I would say you have processed your emotion and your thoughts better now, even though you still struggling with those days where you unable to manage it. But after all the thoughts that are coming in actually is helping you to become a better person, to helping you build the strength that you needed to be as who you are, and now you are able to helping other people as well, which is indirectly is helping your own healing journey, kan? Yeah. So this is the beauty of doing art therapy, guys. Yeah. So boleh buat di sini, boleh buat kat rumah. Okay, tadi dah ada dia punya nama.
Yeah, inferiority complex.
Inferiority complex. Okay. Saya
Very complex.
complex. Like human are complex. Who are we to judge? And tada, here's mine. Kalau nampak dia jauh ni macam badut mada.
No. I do like a crown gigi.
Crown gigi, like as a, kalau nampak, tak tahulah kalau nampak ke tak kan, yang dia macam badut yang dia smile, yang ada yang smiley, yang sedih. So it's
nampak macam praying mantis.
praying mantis.
Kepala dia jalan.
Kepala. Okay, praying mantis nampak. Okay. But this is, I name it as a gold coloured. Gold coloured. So the reason why it's a gold coloured, you see the middle of this gold kan, kalau you see the gold ni macam more kepada like macam sadness curve, like curve yang apa orang kata, showing the hardship of life. So actually all our experience, all the thoughts yang actually is very heavy for us to process, very messy, it's actually is gold experience sebenarnya, because without that experience of having this kind of struggle, we cannot filter ataupun we cannot diverse that thoughts into this colourful. Kita tak boleh jadi kreatif kalau kita tak berada dalam keadaan yang messy. Kita tak boleh jadi kita tak boleh jadi happy kalau kita tak berada dalam keadaan yang sedih. Kita tak boleh jadi tersusun ataupun praktikal kalau kita tak berada dalam keadaan yang serabut. So these are the thoughts that actually also when we are discussing about our topic just now, all the tips that you have given as well, it shows that it manifests in these colours lah actually. So I choose like green colour, orange and pink as well, and also a little bit of red kat sini kan. So red ni symbolize of the macam resentment of thought. Sometimes our thoughts that are coming into us tu is something that macam the resentment that other people, orang luar bagi dekat kita. So we hold on to that negative thoughts because of we have been growing up. Mungkin kita dah absorb that kind of idea that is within us. Like contoh macam growing up, your parents cakap you ni jenis yang messy, you ni jenis yang degil, you ni jenis yang tak chaotic, or you jenis yang tak dengar cakap ataupun tak pandai. You dah absorb that thing to like apa-apa buat silap sikit kau ni tu lah, memang tak boleh ke mana lah, tak.
Those negative leveling, right?
Negative leveling, because the level actually the level that we have inflicted to us is not coming from within, kan? Kita dah absorb that thing from other perception. So sometimes benda yang tinggal tu adalah more kepada resentment lah. So all this red ni adalah resentment. I also consider purple as a bruises. So all the negative thought, all the thoughts yang we have struggled to manage is actually is part of our bruises. That when we slot it or compartmentalize it in the right place, it can grow to a different channel. So you can see like macam okay, these big bruises, you can channel it to orange area ni, which is you can flow that bruises into something yang say driven, is a semangat punya you punya motivated driven, driving factors that you okay, kau cakap aku tak pandai I'll prove you are I'm not that stupid, you know, instead of like dwelling yelah aku ni tak pandai, aku buat pun tak bagus kan. So instead just consume from it, like why don't you like prove that thought that is just a thought, it's not your character, you can always improve it, right?
Yes.
So and also the brain part is all the experience dan yang macam kita ambil all the palette yang macam bila kita segmentize all this traumatized experience tu, we can do our part to heal from it. So you can see like this brain from the resentment, the red punya ni kan, kita kena healkan the resentment, so dia akan channel to all this happiness punya colour, which is yellow, pink, and also blue. So yeah, that's how I see like this, like how to manage my thoughts. Anggaplah kita punya thoughts tu macam palette. You can always choose the palette in a way to process or manage it in the right way, and also at your own suitable time of phase. So sometimes bila kita macam kenapa Asyik, macam contoh dalam seminggu tu ada problem kan, seminggu tu macam kepala serabut je, tak ada nak buat apa, tapi sebab you need to be serabut at that week, so you need to build some kind of strength untuk the next week you boleh lebih teratur. Something like that, something like macam okay, that week tu memang serabut, untuk you process that serabut, untuk you jadikan that serabut into something else, like do art ke, do your own like macam healing journey, self-discovery kan. Like you said, like, I really like how you mentioned about inferiority complex. We human, we struggle with our inferiority, which is same with ego punya things lah, yang kita rasa kita tahu something, and kita rasa kita tahu something, and people should listen to us, and also we know what we are doing. But sometimes it is okay, totally fine for us to challenge our ego and our complexity of impurity, and to be humbled down through other people punya experience as well. Okay? So yeah, and that's what all the community, that macam apa yang kita buat dalam community ni is all, it's not about who healing more, who healing first, who getting back. Yes. Yes.
It's about your own unique journey.
Yes,
your own shoes.
Yes. Wear your own shoes and decorate your own shoes in the way that you feel it's suited and you can manage it. So yeah, I think that is all about our things, and yeah, I hope that today punya session help you guys as well in getting through your healing journey, through your depression, through struggling with those negative thoughts yang you rasa macam it's a endless cycle, keep in the loop kan. Actually you can cut that loop and channel that loop to a different path, and it start with you. The people around you only can support, but the initiative, the action start from you. You are your own hero basically in your own life. Yeah. And itu sahaja daripada kami. Terima kasih kerana menonton kami punya kali ni punya art therapy, mental health and thought management. So yeah, this as usual our program, our channel is supported by Yayasan TM and also by Mereka.io for giving us the opportunity to create this platform to advocate about mental health awareness and also advocate healing to everyone outside within the community. And we hope that you guys can keep supporting our initiative by like, subscribe, comment, share this content to your friends, family, whoever, and don't forget to turn on notification for our next Art Therapy podcast. Okay, so yeah, see you guys for the next episode. Bye. Thank you.